Hello students, welcome in our class 10 ncert SSC Math with Sujata ji. Now let us see the board question paper for the year March 2023. Okay students, so let us start this question paper. So the first question is for the MCQ and you are familiar for this question paper or this question that first question, if A, B, C are sides of a triangle and A square plus B square is equal to C square, name the type of triangle. So now here the A square plus B square is equal to C square. That is a form of the right angle triangle, students. So that means here students, here our correct option is the C. Our correct option is C, right angle triangle. Okay students, then see the next one question. Chords AB and CD of a circle intersect inside the circle at point E. If AE is equal to 4, EB is equal to 10, CE is equal to 8, then find ED. Now here students, that we should draw the figure here, okay? Then we can calculate easily, okay? So here, suppose this is the circle, and that the chord AB, there is a chord AB, so I draw it. Then there is a second chord CD. This is the second chord CD. Okay. And that intersect inside the circle at point E. At point E. Okay. So then we can find out ED. Yes. That is internally. These are the internally intersecting chords. So that means the formula will be AE multiply EB is equal to CE multiply ED. Okay. Now substitution here students, AE is equal to 4 multiply EB 10, then CE 8 and the calculation of ED. Then 4 multiply 10 divided by 8 is equal to ED. Then here 4 ones are 4 twos are 8, 2 ones are 2 fives are 10. So here 5 is equal to ED. Okay student. So here ED is equal to 5. So that means students the correct option is B, 5. Then next one students, coordinates of origin are. Yes, very easy question students. Coordinate of origins are the 0, 0. Therefore, the correct option is A, 0, 0. If radius of the base of cone is 7 centimeter and height is 24 centimeter, then find its slant height. Now here it is the figure for the cone. So now here suppose I draw the figure of the cone. If I draw the figure of the cone, then here students that is the radius of the base. Radius of the base means this. Okay, radius of the base is this, and that is equal to 7 centimeter. Okay, and the height, this is the perpendicular height, and the perpendicular height is 24 centimeter. Okay, and finding the slant height, you have to finding out this one, that slant height, that is the L. Okay, so here student, see this is the, suppose I name it as OAB, then OAB becomes a right angle triangle students. We can use the Pythagoras theorem. So as a Pythagoras theorem, this L square is equal to this 24 square plus this one 7 square. So now here that is a 576 plus here 49. Then here that is 625. L square is equal to 625, so L is equal to L square is equal to 25 square, so L is equal to 25. So the students, the answer is 25 centimeter. So the correct option is D, 25 centimeter. Solve the following sub questions. First one, if triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR and area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR is equal to 16 upon 25, then find AB is to PQ. Now here students, that the given two triangles are similar to each other. So here we can write that first given triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. Okay, PQR. And then here area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR is equal to 16 upon 25. So now here students, by the theorem of the similar triangles, then we can say that here I write by the theorem of similar triangles, area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR is equal to AB square upon PQ square. Okay. Then here area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR, this ratio is equal to 16 upon 25. So here substitution. So AB square whole bracket AB whole bracket square upon PQ whole bracket square, and that means here 4 whole bracket square upon 5 whole bracket square is equal to, that is AB square upon PQ square. Okay, now here square root on both the sides, square root on both the sides, then we have 4 upon 5 is equal to AB upon PQ. That means AB upon PQ is equal to 4 upon 5. That means AB is to PQ is equal to 4 is to 5. So this is the for finding out the ratio AB is to PQ is equal to 4 is to 5. Then see the next example, students. The next example is see here the next example, students. That in triangle RST, angle S is equal to 90 degree, angle T is equal to 30 degree, RT is equal to 12 centimeter, then find RS. So student, here first we draw the figure, okay, then we can get the idea how can we solve the how can we find out the RS. Okay, so here I draw the right angle triangle because here one angle is 90 degree. So it is the right angle triangle. So here I draw the right angle triangle where this angle is 90 degree. So I name it as S. Okay, and our triangle name is RST. So here RST. Okay, then T is equal to 30 degree. This angle T is equal to 30 degree. Then here RT, this one, hypotenuse is equal to 12 centimeter, and we have to find out the RS. Now here students, this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 30 degree, then automatically this angle will be 60 degree. So here we can use the 30-60 degree angle triangle property. Okay, then here first we write that is the given in triangle RST, angle S is equal to 90 degree, angle T is equal to 30 degree, RT is equal to 12 centimeter, and we have to find out RS is equal to question mark. Okay, then here we say that in triangle RST, major angle S is equal to 90 degree, major angle T is equal to 30 degree. Therefore, major angle R will be 60 degree. Therefore, we say triangle RST is 30, 60, 90 degree angle triangle. Okay. Therefore, by applying 30, 60, 90 degree angle triangle property, okay, that what is the property? We use the 30 degree angle property. Okay, that 30 degree angle property is that the opposite side of 30 degree angle is half of its hypotenuse. Half of its hypotenuse. So therefore, students, that 30 degree, the opposite side of 30 degree, that is the RS. So RS is equal to half of hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. So that means, students, RS is equal to one half multiply hypotenuse is the RT. Okay, so here RS is equal to 1 upon 2 multiply 12. So now here RS is equal to half of the 12, that means a 6. Okay, so 6 centimeter. RS is equal to 6 centimeter. Students, if you draw the figure, then you can easily get the answer. If you do not draw the diagram, then you can't get the finding out that side, that angle. Okay, you can't find out the answer properly. So first you can draw the figure, then you can get the idea, and then easily you get the answer. Okay, so follow this my strategy. Now here students, क्वेश्चन 1 आणि क्वेश्चन 2 खूप इझी असतात. सो ते आपल्याला पहिल्यांदा ट्राय करायचे आहे. पासिंग पुरते आपल्याला मार्क्स मिळवणं हे महत्त्वाचं आहे. सो आपल्याला क्वेश्चन 1 आणि क्वेश्चन 2 ची आपल्याला प्रिपरेशन करायचं आहे. ओके स्टुडंट्स. So now next one example, if radius of a circle is 5 centimeter, then find the length of longest chord of a circle. Now here there is a circle, and that in that circle that there is a radius. The radius is given. So here I write that in the given that radius of a circle that is R is equal to 5 centimeter, and the length of longest chord equal to question mark. So now here students, that we write that the longest chord in the circle is equal to diameter. Okay, is equal to the diameter of the circle. Okay, and that means students, the diameter of the circle is that can be calculated by the using formula 2r. So 2 multiply that 5 and that is equal to 10. So that is 10 centimeter. So here we can write that longest chord in the circle. Longest chord in the circle is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, students? Then next one question. Find the distance between the points O 0 0 and P 3 4. Now here we have to find out the distance between the 2 points, between the given 2 points. So here that we can use the distance formula. Okay. First we write here that the O 0 0, and that means here students O x1 y1, consider x1 y1, and that means students here x1 is equal to 0, y1 is equal to 0, and here students that length, here I say length, okay, and here P 3 4, that means consider as P x2 y2, and that means students here x2 is equal to 3 and y2 is equal to 4. Then now students, by using the distance formula, we write here by using the distance formula. By using distance formula. That what is the distance formula? That is distance from O to P is equal to in the square root x2 minus x1 whole bracket square plus y2 minus y1 whole bracket square. So here students, that x2 minus x1, 3 minus 0 whole bracket square plus y2 minus y1 whole bracket square, that is 4 minus 0 whole bracket square. So now here in the square root 3 square plus 4 square, that is equal to 9 plus 16, that is equal to in the square root 25, and that means the 5. So here distance from O to P is equal to 5. Okay student, so the question 2a students, that is the complete the following activities. We have to solve only the 2 activities here and having the 2 marks each. Okay, so now here let us see that in the figure angle L is equal to 35. Here angle L is equal to 35. See here angle L is equal to 35 degree. Find first major arc MN. We have to find out this major arc MN. Then second one major arc MLN. That is a major arc MLN. Okay students. So now here the activity is given. The solution, the first one, that is angle L is equal to half of major arc MN. Half of major arc MN. Okay. Now here students, that is the formula for the theorem. That theorem is for by inscribed angle theorem. Okay, that the inscribed angle theorem. Then we can say that this angle L is half of this arc MN. Then here angle L is given, that is the 35 degree. So we can write in this box as 35 degree. So now cross multiplication, 2 multiply 35 is equal to major arc MN. So the 2 multiply 35, that is equal to 70. So major arc MN is equal to 70 degree. Okay students, in this box we write the 70 degree. Now here students, the second one example, that is the major arc MLN. We have to find out the major arc MLN, this one. So here this is the major arc and this one is the minor. This one is the minor arc students. And we have to calculate this one, major arc. So that means the formula becomes 360 degree minus major arc MN. Because the definition of major of R. So here 360 minus 70 degree, and that means measure arc MLN is equal to 290 degree. Okay students, that will be 290 degree. Yes. Then next one students, next activity. Next activity is that show that cot theta plus tan theta is equal to cosec theta multiply sec theta. So students, this question arises 2-3 times in the board question paper. Okay, so it is very useful question. So now here the solution, LHS is equal to cot theta plus tan theta is equal to cot theta. We represent the cot theta as the cos theta upon sin theta, and the tan theta can be represented as the sin theta upon cos theta. Then here cross multiply because the denominators are different. So here cos theta. So here we write cos square theta, and then plus here sin square theta. Now here we know the identity, the first identity, trigonometry identity, that is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So that's why here we can write here 1. So 1 upon sin theta multiply cos theta. Then here the next step is for the bifurcation student, that here that 1 upon sin theta multiply 1 upon cos theta. Then which is equal to 1 upon sin theta is equal to cosec theta, and 1 upon cos theta is equal to sec theta. So it is nothing but the right hand side student. So LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore cot theta plus tan theta is equal to cosec theta multiply sec theta. Hence it proved. Okay students. Then the next one example. It is also activity. See. Find the surface area of a sphere of radius 7 cm. So here the surface area of sphere is equal to 4 pi r square, which is equal to 4 multiply 22 upon 7 multiply 7 square. So here 4 multiply 22 upon 7 multiply 49. So here students, that 7 ones are 7, 7 sevens are 79. Then here students, that 4 multiply 22, that means 88. So I write here 88. 88 multiply 7. So now 88 multiply 7, that means here students, that is 5 and 16. So 616. So surface area of sphere is equal to 616 square centimeter. Okay students. Now the next question, that next question will be the question 2b. Okay, and there are the 4 questions, 5 questions students. We have to attempt only the 4 questions. So now here the first one question, in trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side DC, PQ parallel side DC. Okay, also AB parallel PQ parallel DQ DC. Then AP is equal to 15. Here students, that AP, this AP is equal to 15. Then PD is equal to 12. This QC, this one QC is equal to 14. And we have to calculate, students, we have to calculate BQ from this distance. Okay. Now here students, the given information is that in trapezium ABCD, okay, that side AB parallel side PQ parallel side DC. Okay, and that means students, these are the 3 parallel lines. We consider that these are the 3 parallel lines, and that AD and BC Are the two transversal? Are there two transversal? So here we can use the property of three parallel lines and their two transversal ratio. Okay. So here we can solve this example by this method. So now here first we write given, then here AP is equal to 15, PD is equal to 12, then QC is equal to 14 and then BQ is equal to question mark. So now here students, first we write here, I write here that by the property of three parallel lines, sorry student, three parallel lines and their two transversal, okay, we get the ratios, that is AP upon PD is equal to BQ upon QC. Now here substitution the values, that is 15 upon 12 is equal to BQ upon 14. Now here cross multiply students, that is 15 multiply 14 upon 12 is equal to BQ. So now here 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. Then here 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are. So here 5 multiply 7 upon 2 which is equal to BQ. So 35 upon 2 is equal to BQ. So now here students, that is the half of the 35. Half of the 35 is 17.5. So 17.5 is equal to BQ. So here BQ is equal to 17.5. Okay student, such a way by using the property you can solve this example. Now let us see the next one example students. The next one example is find the length of the diagonal of a rectangle whose length is 35 centimeter and breadth is 12 centimeter. Okay. So now here if we have to find out the length of the diagonal and the figure is rectangle. So here students, I draw the rectangle here. I draw the rectangle. Suppose it is a ABCD. Rectangle ABCD. I draw here the diagonal and here put the information, that is the length is 35 centimeter. So I write here 35 centimeter and here the breadth is 12 centimeter. So it is 12 centimeter. Now here each and every angle of the rectangle are 90 degree and that means students this BCD is a triangle and that is the right angle triangle, type of the right angle triangle, and then you can use the Pythagoras theorem here. Applying Pythagoras theorem, then you can calculate the diagonal, okay, length of the diagonal DB students. So let us solve it. So first I write here length of the diagonal, length of the diagonal. Length of the diagonal is equal to question mark. First I write here rectangle, the name of the rectangle. Do not write every time length of the rectangle, length of the diagonal, length of the length of the rectangle, breadth of the rectangle. So one time you write down the rectangle, then it is enough. Okay, do not repeat that word every time. So now length of the diagonal is equal to question mark. Then here length Here length, that means DC, is equal to 35 centimeter. Then here breadth, B is equal to 12 centimeter. Okay, and then here bus. Okay, this way. So now we start from that, saying that triangle BCD. Triangle BCD is a right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Okay. So here by applying Pythagoras theorem, here we get that BD square is equal to BC square plus CD square. Now here BC square, that 12, then CD square, that is a 35, then square of 12, that is the 144, and the square of 35 students, 1225. Then here students, that is here 9, then here 6, then here 3, then BD whole bracket square. So now here 1369 students. Okay, and that is the square of the 37. So here that I write square of BD is equal to square of 37. So BD is equal to 37 centimeter. Okay, and then write the final answer, that is the length of the diagonal. The length of the diagonal is equal to 37 centimeter. Okay students, then next one, now here next one example, that is the third example students. In the given figure, points G, here point G, D, E, F are points of a circle with center C. Angle ECF is equal to 70 degree. Major curve DGF is equal to 200, and then find out major curve DE, and the second one major curve DEF. First students, we write the given. That given is the angle ECF is equal to 70 degree, and the major curve DGF is equal to 200 degree. Okay, then finding out first, here we write here major curve DE is equal to question mark, and second one that is major curve DEF is equal to question mark. Then here students, see that the given here, now see the figure, that given is angle ECF. This angle is given, and this measure of this angle is 70 degree. Okay, 70 degree. Now here this angle is 70 degree. That means this angle is inscribed in the arc EF. Okay, in the arc here. that will be also 70 degree. Okay students, so here this angle is 70 degree, and here students that the arc, that is the arc DGF, this arc DGF is given, okay, and that arc is equal to 200 degrees students. So we can calculate students major arc D. We will have to calculate this major arc D. So this arc, that is the 200 plus 70, that means this whole arc will be the 270 degree. This whole arc becomes the 270 degree, and it will be the major arc students, major arc. And here we can use the property of the measure of the arc, and then here 360 minus 270, then you can get the major arc D. Okay, so now here student, first write down that the step by step information that major angle ECF is equal to 70 degree, and therefore major arc EF is equal to 70 degree. Okay, now here the given is that DGF is given. So now here I calculate major arc DFE. Okay, and that will be the major arc DGF plus major arc FE. Okay, then here 200 plus 70, that means 270 degree. Okay, that major arc DFE is equal to 270 degree. Now here use the measure of the major arc, that is the major arc DE is equal to 360 degree minus major arc DFE. So here students, 360 minus 270 degree. Okay, so that means here that students the 90 degree. Okay, the 90 degree, that is major arc DE is equal to 90 degree. Okay, so here the first one part is over, that we calculate the major arc DE is equal to 90 degree. Now next one students, that calculate major arc DEF, major arc DEF, this one. Okay, so how can I find out the major arc DEF? This part is a 2, this part is the first part. So major arc DEF, we calculate the major arc DEF is equal to major arc DE plus major arc EF, this one. So that means students, major arc DE is equal to 90 degree, and the major arc EF, that is the 70 degree. So 160 degree. Major arc DEF is equal to 160 degree. Okay students, so these that points A -1, B 0, 1, C 1, 3 are collinear. Now here students, we have to find out these points are collinear. Then we have to draw we have to calculate the slope of AB and the slope of BC. If the slopes are equal, then we can say these points are collinear, otherwise not. So here we have to show that these are the collinear. That means that these points should be collinear, students. Okay, so the slope of AB and the slope of BC should be equal. So here first I write here that A minus 1 and consider that x1 y1. Then x1 and minus 1 and y1 becomes minus 1. Then here students that the b 0 1 consider as x2 y2. Consider as x2 y2. So here students x2 is equal to 0 and y2 is equal to 1. Okay, then here calculate the slope of AB. So the formula becomes y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So here that 1 minus of minus 1 upon 0 minus of minus 1. So that means students 1 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1 and that is equal to 2 upon 1 which is equal to 2. Okay. So here I write that is the slope of AB. Okay, slope of AB. Okay, and then here I calculate that slope of BC. So I want the 2 points B and C. So B01 and consider as B x1 y1. Then x1 becomes 0. y1 becomes 1 and then here students the C point that is the 1 3 consider as x2 y2, then here x2 becomes 1 and y2 becomes 3. Okay, then the same formula, use the same formula for calculating the slope of BC, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, then here that 3 minus 1 and 1 minus 0. So that means 2 upon 1 which is equal to 2. That is slope of BC. Slope of BC. So here students see that is call it as first and here call it as 2. So here from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 we can say that slope of AB is equal to slope of BC and therefore the points A, B and C are collinear. Okay, this will be proof. Okay. Now next one students, next one example. A person is standing at a distance of 50 meters from a temple looking at its top. The angle of elevation is 45 degrees. Find the height of the temple. Now here students, first we will draw the figure because this is a question from, this is a example from the trigonometry, application of trigonometry. So now first I draw the figure that this is a horizontal line and on this horizontal line there is a temple. Okay, there is a temple. Suppose this is the height of the temple. Now call it as the PQ. And then there is a person. Person is standing. Suppose this person is standing here. R is the person. R is the person standing at a distance of 50 meters from a temple. That is distance from the observer and the base of the temple. Then looking at the top. So this is the top of the temple. So here the person looking at the top, so here at this place, and make the angle, and that angle is elevation. Okay, so angle of elevation, that means the 45 degree, this angle. Okay. Then we have to find the height of the temple, that means we have to find out this height of the temple. So first write down what are that the distance. Suppose R is the person, position of person, position of person. Then here Q is the base of temple, base of temple. Then P is the top of the temple. Okay, and then students, that is the distance RQ, distance R to Q, that is how, that is the distance from person to temple, person to temple. Okay, and that is equal to 50 meter. Okay, and then here PQ, that is the PQ is equal to height of the temple, height of the temple. Okay, also you can consider that is the h also. Okay, so now here that we have to calculate the h and the key, that means the 45 degree angle, the opposite side of the 45 degree angle is this height of the temple, and the adjacent side is given. So that means here we use the tan ratio. Okay, so here the in right angle triangle PQR. Okay, this will be the right angle triangle. Okay, so now here by applying tan 45. Okay, tan ratio, that is the opposite side of angle 45 degree and adjacent side of angle 45 degree. So that means here the tan 45 is equal to 1, opposite side of angle 45, that is equal to PQ, and the adjacent side of angle 45, that is the RQ. So 1 is equal to here PQ upon 50. So here 50 is equal to PQ, that means PQ is equal to 50. So now PQ is the height of the temple. Therefore height of the temple is equal to 50, that will be in 50 meter. Okay, this will be. Okay students, such a way